It was barely 10 o'clock, and even with the air conditioning in the van turned up to 11, Ted, he fancied he could fry eggs on the dashboard. Ted rang the bell again. A moment later, the door was opened by a pale, red-headed young man. "Malcolm Buchanan?" asked the delivery man. The man grunted and held his hand out for Ted's tablet and stared at him without blinking for several seconds, as if trying to work out what he had said. Ted felt the hair on the back of his neck stand up. "Global warming, eh?" Ted ineffectually mopped at his face with his sodden handkerchief. It was barely 10 o'clock.
You're from Scotland.
Sathasar watched through the blinds until he saw the van pass through the gates at the bottom of the drive. Pricey, but top of the range. He looked forward to installing it in the sunroom later. He shrugged off the stolen skin of the unlucky student and resumed his true form. On his way through the kitchen, he scooped up his granite bowl of faintly fizzing emerald liquid off the countertop, taking a long sip. And ever since he had read an internet article about the environmental impact of on-demand delivery, he made a point of using it as much as possible. Not that he needed any additional excuse to take full advantage of a service that meant he never had to leave his house. Never had to interact with the stinking, hooting thieves who laid claim to a world that did not belong to them. Adaptation was the key, ironically. For example, he'd had to make some changes to the glass roof over the pool when drones became a thing. But when one knew that everything was just nothingness, arranged in certain patterns, it was a simple matter to convince the atoms of one material to rearrange themselves to make another. He collapsed back onto his lounger and grabbed his tablet. Tablets didn't last long, given the humidity in the room where he spent most of his time. But he was never more than a click away from a new one. And thus did Sathasar, Grand Sorcerer of ancient Volusia, settle down to watch videos of cats suffering various entertaining misfortunes, secure in the knowledge that things were only going to get better.